Welcome everybody. Just because there's a lot of people sitting down on the floor, we're going to try and not make you sit down the whole time for an hour and a half because you all get very restless. We're going to learn the starting poses for all the floor routines while we're sitting here. So the very first one, Zoe's going to be out there, she's going to be my model. So I'd like everyone to stand up, please. Nothing in your hands. You're going to step forward on your right foot, point your left foot behind you and just push your both arms back to revert back horizontal, back diagonal. Look forward and tummy's in, bottom's tight, bottom tucked under, toe tucked under at the back, nice straight body position. And as you can see, it's not hard always, it's not easy to balance. And this is one of the first little skills for the level 3 gymnast to learn. So if you have a look at Zoe, she's probably in a much better position than me, but you can look around at all your friends to see how good are they at standing in the level 3 floor start position. Question? No. Everything's reversible. So this is where the choreography notes tell you, and so therefore if you follow that, if you want to reverse it, you just turn everything around. Thank you. Sit down, make yourselves comfortable. We'll learn the level 4 one in a minute, but we're going to, I'll be asking somebody later to say, show me the level 3 floor start, and I'm sure someone might remember what it is so that they can demonstrate and show you all that you can learn. So you'll be learning all that later on as well, but that got a bit of blood moving. Look, everyone's sitting still now. Okay, so the Australian Levels Program. I think we all know that the reason why we did it was because there was a whole lot of different programs going on throughout Australia. There were 2 different ones, state stream and national level stream, and international in Victoria. Other states had similar and various roles. So it was the whole idea to try and get everyone to come back together on the one footing so that we have a common program, to try and make sure that the gymnasts were learning good, correct, technically correct skills, good developmental skills, and they could progress through, and to give all the gymnasts as much potential and opportunity to progress through the gymnastics stream as possible. So that was basically the aim. It was also based on the Australian Sports Commission Junior Sport Policy, and they have a policy, and it's based on good child development theory from Piaget and all those theorists that talk about when children are little, they play, it's very unstructured, and as they move through their developmental phases, they get to be more structured play, and then a few extra rules come in and then develop on until they get to the high level competition. So the whole idea of early childhood development is that the child learns to enjoy, does activity for enjoyment and self-satisfaction and internal rewards rather than external rewards, and that's why our level 1 and 2 program is based on a participation award rather than a scoring system, and it's all based on good childhood development. We did lots of statistics which I won't go through, but basically when we did a really thorough review, and we got a lot of people around Australia to contribute to the information that we gathered to try and find what was the best thing for all of us. So the idea was that we have one pathway, one system. The children can move from the bottom level, move up, or they can come in at different levels and still progress up through developmentally correct pathways. Okay, so we have, obviously it goes in sections. So foundation, or the beginning sections, levels 1 and 2, it's really open, unstructured gymnastics. It's all about skills and activities, enjoyment, participation, lots of fun activities, and no focus on competition at all, as in competing against one another. The competition is internal for the individual gymnast to try and improve their own level. So they do a level 1 activity or a level 2 activity event. Rather than call it a competition, it's activity, it's based in stations, and they get a participation award. Now, if they do a really good job and they're really good, they can get a blue colour. We have come up with, I think I've got them here. You can devise your own, but we've just done some things like this. You can just have a card with blue, red, green, white and pink, and just 5 rankings. So the best gymnasts, if they do it almost perfectly, a little activity, so it might be just a little forward roll, and they do it perfectly, they just get given the blue certificate or a blue ribbon, or it might be that a couple of stations together, there might be 3 or 4 activities that they do to get the blue or the green award, and it doesn't really matter as long as they are rewarded for their participation and encouraged to improve. And kids soon work out that who's the best and who's not, but it's not competing against another person, it's all to do with their internal trying to improve. All this sort of stuff, all these charts and everything are available in the manual, and they're available online at GA. You can access all that theory stuff about where everyone fits with the international levels, so I won't go too far into that. And it's all to do with the fact that you start at level 1, move up to level 10, or if you're talented, you can go up in the international stream and develop fast tracking. Or you might go across into another gym sport, or before another gym sport, you go into other activities within WAG. You might go into another gym sport, you go into coaching, judging, another sport completely. We've just had 2 ex-gymnasts win World Championship gold medals at aerial skiing and one of the other snow sports, but there's lots of opportunities for gymnasts to move through into other sports as well as within other gym sports within Gymnastics Australia. So the whole idea is to keep an open mind and make sure that you track the gymnast to where it best fits them. Foundation program, as I mentioned before, there's some age groups suggested if you're going to if you're talented and you're going to be fast-tracked, some recommended age groups that if you want to become Lauren Mitchell at the Olympic Games and win a gold medal, then you need to be roughly this age at this level, otherwise you're not going to make it. Doesn't mean you can't be, it just means that's a recommended age. So there's some guidelines for people if you've got a very talented gymnast, fast track them through to a different program. Okay, I've just mentioned about the foundation program. It's all skill-based, there's no competition. It's a really flexible activity base that you in your club can run any way you wish. You can come up with all these different ideas of different ways of presenting that foundation activity. So, you know, it's as wide as your ideas can come, and there's lots of ideas that we'll suggest as well. And the whole idea is to try and get these kids at level 1 to be really loving gymnastics and really enjoying it, and then fast moving them through level 1, 2 and into level 3 and then up into the competitive program with good developmental base. Level 3 to 6 are compulsory routines. Now the reason why we have compulsory routines is because the optional program that we had before with a little bit of bonus, it meant that people were competing against other kids that it wasn't an equal playing field, because some kids were getting bonus for skills and therefore they were starting off at a higher score before they even started. And it really wasn't conducive to good competition with gymnastics that we felt. So basically we said, okay, everyone's on the same playing field, we have the same routines, compulsory skills, and the compulsory skills are really based on well-researched information about how we can develop these kids progressively through the levels to become the best gymnasts and potentially have the opportunity to learn all the skills that are possible within their ability. So we have everyone out of 10, starting out of 10. The judging deductions, which I'll go through later, we're trying to encourage the kids to put the skill in the routine rather than leave it out, which was what was happening sometimes before. Of course, if you can't do a skill, if you can't do a walkover and it's in the routine, then if you leave it out, you're still going to be competitive. You might not be winning, but you're still going to be able to progress and move on through the levels without something like that if that's the only thing you can't do. The BARS program was probably one of the biggest issues that we had throughout Australia with the lack of good development of skills. Unless you have really good swing, you cannot go and compete and progress through a BARS program. So that's probably one of the biggest highlights of the bars program now is that it's got a lot of swings. And I know that some people might not have spent a lot of time on swings before, but it's a big focus now. And if you come into any of the high performance programs, basically on these single bars here that you see, single rails all the way through, a lot of swings, all swinging action, all to do with good timing, good technique, good body structure, so that they can develop into good bar routines. And if you start early, the gymnasts learn when they're little and short and they can learn good swing, their ability to develop into great bigger skills is much better. Okay, this is my floor bar routine that I can't show you because it's not working, so I'll show you later on the other video. But basically the level 6 bar routine, if you've got your manual, if it's not all, if you can see, this is what you can do to your manual, so you know where to find things. Lots of people have actually downloaded the manual from their communities on the GA website and actually just taken out some sections of the manual that they want. And I've seen somebody has reduced it in size and put it into a little A5 booklet, so they've just got the skills section, a little tiny booklet in A5, and they're walking around with that rather than this. And they leave this on their desk because it's a bit cumbersome to be having in the gym. So you can do with it what you want, but the whole program is in here. It's a huge amount of work and a huge resource, and everything should be in here that you want. Just this weekend, there's actually been a couple of pages of just minor corrections, and as you can see, there's some little red marks where some things have been left out. People have said there's a spelling mistake, the words are in the wrong order or something, and they've all been corrected. This will come out. Probably this week it'll be on the GA website, so you can just take this and go through your manual and make a few corrections. So just like anything that's new, the proofreaders didn't get it all right. We'll blame the proofreaders. But anyway, there's opportunities to convert the manual to a more easily usable form. If you don't know anything about that and you want information, I can help you at the end. Zoe can help you, tell you where you can get all the information. But level 6 bars, if you have a look at that routine, that is the base routine that basically you can do. If you can do that routine, your skill level is such that you can build on in many, many different areas and build on to become a high-level bar worker through the base skills in that routine. And that's what the level 3 routine, then level 4, then level 5, and then ultimately to level 6 will develop. I'll show you as we go on later. Benefits of compulsory routines basically means that everybody is going to learn the skills that we need. So while it might be fun to learn other skills, and if you've got time in your gym to teach different skills than what's in the compulsory routine, then that's fine. But it means that if you really are wanting to move and progress through the levels, it means that everyone's going to learn good basics and good technique and develop. The floor and beam routines, we've had a lot of feedback about how really, really good they are from a dance point of view, technically correct, good posture. The artistic qualities in the beam and floor dance are really, really good, and Lisa Bradley did them, and they are, I think, outstanding. And as we just did before with our level 3 start position, we now might learn our level 4 start position, and Zoe's, yes, thanks Kathy, Zoe. Okay, level 4 have 2 floor routines that you can choose. So you can choose in your gym just to do one and everyone does that one, or you can have both floor routines and you can interchange depending on the personality of the gymnast. But the 2 floor routines at level 4, we call them the cha-cha-cha floor and the whistle floor, because that's the music we're using. So the cha-cha-cha floor, I'll get my little bit of paper here. This is yeah. So if everyone would like to stand up, level 4 floor, the starting of the cha-cha-cha music. If you stand on your right foot, put your left foot across and your toes turned under, and then fold your arms. Focus straight ahead, and that's the start position for the level 4 cha-cha-cha. It's nice, and the kids really like it. The ones that we've taught so far, we've had a really lot of positive feedback. So good posture, and again, it's a balance position. The children have to learn to be able to balance and hold a nice, strong body shape at the beginning of their floor routines. Okay, sit down again. Thanks, Zoe.